Hey, it's your friend David. Hope you're doing well. This is your leadership tip of the day for December 11th, 2024. We've talked about the bridge model for change. We've talked about what it is. We've talked about um, the current state, defining the current state. We've talked about defining the desired state, and today I want to talk about the gap in this process. If you've ever tried to lead your team through a transition, you know that there's a space between where they are and where you want them to be. That's the gap. And that can feel like an endless chasm. So today we'll explore how to understand, navigate, and bridge the gap effectively. So, what is the gap? Well, the gap is that transitional space between the current state and the desired state. It's where all the uncertainties and the challenges and the fears live. Think of it like crossing a suspension bridge over a canyon. You know, there's something better on the other side, but taking those first steps can be risky. The gap isn't just a logistical issue, it's deeply emotional. People might fear losing stability. They might doubt their ability to adapt. They might question whether the change is worth it. Or they may look at that and go, I don't want to be in the desired state. Leaders have to recognize that the gap looks different for every person. For some, it's a small step. For others, it's a massive leap. Your role is to build a sturdy bridge that everyone feels safe crossing, equipped with the resources and the support they need. Now, the gap really does matter, and ignoring that is one of the biggest mistakes a leader can make. When people don't feel supported in this in-between space, resistance grows, motivation declines, and the change initiative stalls. But when leaders proactively address the gap, they create trust, they create engagement and momentum. So here's an example from a mid-sized company, Progressco, transitioning from a traditional office space to a hybrid working environment. Initially, the leadership team thought announcing the benefits of flexibility and cost savings would be enough, but they underestimated the emotional gap that the employees faced. The employees had questions like, will my productivity suffer at home? Will I miss out on career opportunities if I'm not in the office? Or even, how will I manage my new real work-life balance? By recognizing these concerns and addressing them through open forums and training on remote tools and clear career development and putting together a plan for that, Progressco bridged gap effectively. They turned what could have been a period of resistance into an opportunity for growth and innovation. So here are 3 strategies to help bridge the gap. The first, acknowledge and validate emotions. Huge. Change is personal, and people need to feel their emotions are heard. Take the time to understand their fears and frustrations. Use phrases like, I know it's a big adjustment, or your concerns are valid and we're here to address them. Or send out a survey and make sure that your team is able to express their emotions. And then you can categorize them, and then you can address those concerns in groups. Number 2, provide a clear roadmap. Ambiguity amplifies fear. Let me say that again, and I want you to listen to that again. Ambiguity amplifies fear. So lay out a step-by-step plan for the transition, including milestones, timelines, and resources. For example, in the next 30 days, we'll roll out training sessions on the new software, followed by a phased implementation. Number 3, offer continuous support. Bridging the gap isn't a one-time effort. It's ongoing. Set up regular check-ins, provide access to training, and create forums for feedback. Make sure your team knows they have a safety net as they navigate change. And number 4, continue to express the desired future state. I can't emphasize this enough. Express it at least once or twice a month. Keep it in front of your people. Be transparent in all this as well. Sharing what you know and what you don't builds trust. If there are uncertainties, acknowledge them while sharing your commitment to resolving them. Now, what's our leader's role in that gap? You've got to be both practical and emotional. You're not just providing tools and timelines. You're the anchor of stability and the beacon of optimism. So here's how you can lead effectively. Be visible and approachable. During times of change, your team needs to see you actively engaged. Whether it's walking the floor, holding Q&A sessions, or sending regular updates, your presence reassures them that you're leading from the front, that you're going with them. You're not pushing them, that you're out there in front. Number 2, celebrate small wins. Crossing the gap can feel overwhelming. Recognize and celebrate milestones along the way. Whether it's completing a training session, archiving a project phase, achieving a project phase, or simply adapting to a new routine, these wins boost morale and reinforce progress. Number 3, model adaptability. Your team looks to you as an example. Show them what adaptability looks like by embracing the change yourself, sharing your experiences, and being open about your own learning curve. And so the gap is where change happens. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's challenging, but it's also an opportunity, an incredible opportunity for growth, both for your team and your organization. As a leader, your ability to navigate this space with empathy, clarity, and support makes all the difference. The bridge across the gap, isn't just built with plans and policies. It's built with trust, communication, and shared purpose. By acknowledging fears, providing a roadmap, and celebrating progress, you can guide your team to the other side. You think about that and how you can implement that in your team. Have a great day. Hey, thanks for listening. If you liked this episode, please subscribe. And if you liked it really well, please take a moment to give us a review on Apple Podcasts or YouTube or wherever you're listening to your podcast. Thanks so much for listening to Innova Radio's Leadership Tip of the Day. Have a great day.